I've been a speaker professionally for about 10 years. But here's the truth, Talk Triggers fans, building a speaking business is not easy, and it's getting harder by the day. And today, on a very special episode of the show, I'm going to share with you how I, Jay Baer, use a talk trigger and a word-of-mouth strategy to create conversations among meeting planners who decide which speakers to book for which events. Speaking is my favorite thing, and it continues to be a big part of my work. I was elected last year to the Professional Speakers Hall of Fame, which is definitely in the top 2 career highlights, somewhere in that ballpark. But there's more professional speakers than ever. Membership in the National Speakers Association and other organizations is soaring, and there's an entire ecosystem now of organizations cropping up to help aspiring speakers on their content, on their storytelling, on their stage presence, on how to do contracts and negotiations, and really every other element of the business. It's like the gold rush of the 1850s, but instead of seeking shiny materials, everybody wants a microphone and a podium. In a very real mathematical sense, competition for speakers has gotten ferocious. So that's my challenge and the challenge of my peers in the professional speaking business. How do you break through with your customers? How do you get them to notice you? How do you get them to talk about you and tell other meeting planners about you, especially when most meeting planners have, over time, worked with dozens or maybe even hundreds of other speakers? You don't want to be interchangeable. You want to be recognizable. How do you do it? By giving them a story to tell. I don't know everything, but I do know this. The more you try to fit in, the more your customers will tune out. So you need, as do I, a talk trigger, something that is yours and yours alone. So how do I do it? Well, my operational differentiator is employed to create conversations and grow my business. It's not an accident. It is a planned part of the customer experience. And as you may have noticed on this Talk Trigger show, or if you've ever seen me on stage, I have a distinct dress code. When I'm in my Jay Baer marketing expert mode, I am all plaid all the time. I have a large and increasingly bold collection of plaid suits. In fact, the one I'm wearing right now is very blue and very, very, very plaid. My video brochure is also plaid themed, so is my website. My trailer video shows me working with my tailor to create a custom plaid suit. My new hashtag is #PickPlaid. It's all part of a theme, you see. But I'm the plaid guy isn't really enough to cause conversation. Why? Well, because according to McKinsey, between 50 and 80% of word of mouth is actually spurred by experiences. A theme, a brand isn't an experience. You need something that is actually tactile, that is tangible, more so than just positioning. So the big challenge for me is how to make plaid an experience, not just a brand element. So here's what I came up with. It's the official Jay Baer Speaker Talk Trigger. 10 days before each event, every meeting planner gets an email that directs them to a special URL. That web address is dressjaybaer.com. And when the meeting planner, who is in fact my customer, goes to that special website, they're invited to browse my collection of crazy plaid suits and pick out the one that they want me to wear on their stage at their event. Now, sometimes they do it to match their company logo. Other times it's just the one that they personally like the best. But once they decide, their custom suit selection goes onto my calendar so I know which one to pack when I leave for the event. They absolutely love it. Often the dressjaybaer.com is inserted into the introduction that they do for me on stage, and they tell their meeting planner friends all about it. Now, this experience, using dressjaybaer.com to pick the suit for your event, meets all 4 requirements of a talk trigger. It is, in fact, remarkable, meaning it's a story worth telling. It's repeatable, meaning that it's offered to every customer, not just certain customers. It's reasonable, meaning that it doesn't try to shock and awe people with largesse and being too bold. And it's relevant. See, it ties back to my overall theme and brand. You can try it for yourself. Go ahead. Go to dressjbaer.com and play with it. I even have 3 brand new suits that'll be on there by the time you see this. Go mess around with it. If you like, it's fun. Now remember, competency doesn't create conversations. I don't know everything, but I do know this. The best way to grow your business, and mine, is for your customers to grow it for you, right? You need a talk trigger, an operational, experiential differentiator that creates chatter. Something like dressjbaer.com. Next week, here on the Big Talk Triggers show, you'll hear about the most hilarious shipping confirmation email of all time as I introduce you to an e-commerce company that has an irreverent, amazing talk trigger that gets their customers chattering about them in an incredibly competitive industry. To never miss an episode of the show, here's what I'd like you to do. Subscribe on YouTube, or you can go to talktriggersshow.com, which shows you the playlist of all the videos. If you prefer this show on podcast, as some people do, you can get it anywhere you get your audio. Just search Talk Triggers Show on or Audible or iTunes or wherever you get your audio. And do me a favor, won't you? If you like this show, and I hope you do, tell your friends in social media or offline or at the bar, wherever you are. After all, it is a show about the power of word of mouth. Thanks for being here. See you next week. I'm Jay Baer.